Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Little Brick Session 3. It's sales habits to achieve success. This is an area that we're quite well versed in. I've done sales for just over 10 years now. So what we're going to do today is stuff that we do at Bespoke Financial, things that I've learned over the past decade in selling life insurance and any form of insurance in Teesside, which is probably the toughest terrain you could sell, like a non-tangible product. Irrelevant of what anyone in London says, this is the hardest environment you could possibly sell, and hardest product to sell. So what we've done over the past 10 years, myself and all the rest of the Bespokers, we're just going to share with you this morning. Hopefully you can pick a few tips up. Well, actually, you'll definitely pick a few tips up because we're quite good at what we do up here. We work very, very hard. So yeah, if everyone wants to button down, we'll blast through it as quick as we can. Get a Thursday off to a real flyer, right? So before we get started, for those who don't know, my name's Lee Flanagan. I'm lead bespoker, which means I'm the leader of a firm called Bespoke Financial Group. We're based up in Middlesbrough. I'm from an area called Winniebanks, Middlesbrough, so I'm from absolutely zero. I get my head down, I get my arse up, I work as hard as I can. I've done sales for 10 years in the Primers network. I'm part of the overall top firm within Primers, and I'm very, very blessed and very grateful to work with the best people in the whole world. And yeah, that's about it. The next part of the session, when we always start Bespoke sessions off, we always start off with something called gratitude, kind habits. Now, it's quite challenging to bring the flow up of the call because you've got to mute, and then I get muted and talk. So go to the next page, please. So what we're going to do now is, can everyone just take 2 minutes, please? Can everyone write down something that they're grateful for on your own page? No need to shout out or nothing like that. Write down what you're grateful for, one thing. Can everyone write down one thing that they've visualized into reality this week? Might be a cup of coffee, might be a relationship, might be a friendship, might be a sale. It might be anything that, whatever you want to put down there. And then put one kind habit down, something that you've seen today or this week that you've seen kind. So one thing kind, one thing that you visualize into reality, one thing that you're grateful for. Very quickly, we'll take a second to do, all right? As you're doing that, I'm going to explain what the dictionary says. It's the sale of, it's the exchange of a commodity for money. That's what the dictionary tells us about a sale. What we would say at Bespoke is a sale is getting something for somebody that they either need or want for a price that they're willing to pay. Now, the reason I say it's either need or want is because how we position as sales professionals, because we're in control of that language, right? And that lingo, and self-talk is really important. So it's the exchange of something that the client either needs or wants, depending on how we position it. And it's always for a price that they're willing to pay. The reason I say that section is because budget's really important, especially when you're not in London or where it's basically a different economy, right? So if you walked into a shop, if you're anything like me, you're a price tag flicker. So if I went to a shop and had a £10 section, a £20 section, a £30 section, a £40 section, shopping and life would be so much easier for me because I could literally just walk into people, flip it round, and I could see how much the price was. I'd know where my section was. Now, if budget wasn't important and it didn't play a part in our buying habits, we'd all live in Beverly Hills, we'd all drive a Bentley, we'd all live in a mansion. But the reality is what it is, right? So budget's really important, and you should really take that into place when you're selling and speaking to clients about budget. Remember, it's not your sale, it's theirs. Next place, please, Cal. So when I started doing sales, I remember when I knocked on my mum's door, my mum and Auntie Sue in the centre of Winniebanks, brilliant woman. They were taking the piss out of me, saying, "Go on, bugger off, we don't want no double glazing." That was sort of the image that sales advisors or any sales professional sort of had at the time. Del boy, sheepskin coat, smoking cigars, a bit of a Jack the Lad, car salesman, double glazing, which, there's nothing wrong with them professions, but that was the image that people had. Now, over the past 10 years, that sort of evolved. And around the early noughties, you went into, what was the late noughties? You went into the Wolf of Wall Street era, where all salesmen wore like massive wide-awake suits, slick back hair, braces. They were all doing cocaine all the time. They all had nicknames for themselves. It was all about who had the flashiest car and all this bullshit. That was like the Wolf of Wall Street era. Well, they've been replaced now by young sales professionals. It's becoming quite a cool industry to join. And when I left school, which was a few years ago, it wasn't like an accessible industry to join. But sales is becoming really important profession, because I think the world sort of come to the realization that we're all selling all the time, constantly. To sell is a human instinct. You sell yourself in the morning. Do I go to the gym? Do I not go to the gym? No, have a later. The half an hour will do you good, and then you sell yourself again, thinking, well, if I go, I feel a bit better. I might get that six pack for the gym. Right, I'll go. So you've sold yourself. So selling's a human instinct, and we're just embracing it more and realizing that, you know what? Without sales, the economy and the world just comes driving to a halt. So young professionals, some that we've got in Bespoke, some in Primus, are really changing the face of sales. And I'm so excited for what the future holds for sales in general, because it's a really cool industry now. Gone are the grilled men in grilled suits with the briefcases. I say we take the briefcases and hit them on the head with it and send them packing into retirement and make sales really cool and accessible again, because it's such an important skill to have within your career. Next page, please, Cal. So before you get started on your sales journey today, some of you, doesn't matter what industry you're in, doesn't matter whether you sell pies, cars, life insurance, mortgages, whatever it is that you want to sell, right? You've got to have a bit of a sales cycle first, and you've got to this is sort of sales prep, and it's the circle of success. Point number one is you've got to know who you are. You've got to know yourself, and you've got to be really comfortable with yourself. You've got to be comfortable with the way you speak. You've got to be comfortable with the way you dress, the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you act. If you think about WWE wrestling, for example, the best characters in that are the ones who are just themselves, like The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin, for those who know, and you turn the volume right up. You turn the volume right up. You can't fake real. And we're in a marketplace now, because of the internet and social media, that everybody is an expert in everything. And if they're not, they'll go on social media. And Bev from Doncaster is, and she'll tell you where you should be getting life insurance, how much you should be paying, which companies you should be. So we're up against it already. Okay? So what we need to do is know who we are and be really comfortable with ourselves. Really comfortable with ourselves. And I'm going to bring in some of the last sessions that we did as well for those who were kind to join us, and thank you for that. So I'm going to talk about tracking. Remember the last one about visualization? So what you need to do in this session is visualize yourself in your perfect state of selling. The best suit you've got on, the best outfit, the best car, nice and calm, nice and relaxed, nice and prepped, nice and ready. That's where you think you should be. Imagine you're there. Rewind back to now. Then just Hansel and Gretel all the way to that point. Hansel and Gretel to that point. Act as if you're already that person. Okay? That's when it comes into play. It's all linked. Then you've got to know your products. What does know your products mean? I don't think there's any sales professionals on this call here who have to go to university to get a sales degree. I don't know about a sales degree if there is one. I don't think you've got to go to college. You've just got to crack the books. And there's no easy way to crack the books. You've just got to open it and read it and write things down and make notes. Get up 2 or 3 hours earlier. Stay up 2 or 3 hours late. Sacrifice nights out. Stop going to the gym for 3 months. Stop walking the dog for 3 months. Stop going to the match on a Saturday and coming to work instead. Crack the books. The best salespeople in our industry are the ones who've got the most knowledge. Darren Ralston, Oliver Lodge. You've got to know your products. Sarah Coleman, Haley Little. You've got to know your products. Carla knows the products. You've got to be on point with it constantly. And if you don't, I think I'm just, it's my job on here. I'm gonna be really real with you, right? Then you're a fucking disgrace. Take some pride in what you do. Be a professional. Be a professional at what you do. Be a fountain of knowledge for your customers to come and see you. Embrace that awkward client who asks loads of questions. It gives you a chance to showcase your knowledge and your expertise. It really, really does. So if you're going to get an operation and the doctor pulls a scalpel out, he goes, I think it's this scalpel, and I think this is the area I should be cutting into. But what I'll do is I'll ring my mate who works at the hospital and just make sure before I open you up. You'd rip the gown off, you'd walk out. You wouldn't let that happen. It's the same thing. Give yourself and give your clients some respect. Make your children proud of you, that you're brilliant at your job, and you know what you're doing. You're an expert in your field. So you know yourself. You've got to know your products. 2 minutes, please. The next part is self-promotion. Now, again, we're so fortunate that nowadays, because of social media, you can self-promote yourself quite quickly if you're just consistent, if you're just yourself, if you put yourself on a pedestal, you start talking, you start putting yourself out there over and over again. And when you do this, listen, you're going to get some haters who are going to hate on you a little bit, take the piss, screenshot you. You're going to get some people who put you down. Some family members make little quirky remarks. Some people from school will say the odd thing here and there. That's fine. Don't, pay them no dues. They're the adults who are talking and screenshotting pictures of other people to try and better themselves. You're going to have to get some thick skin if you want to do sales. It's just as simple as that. because you're going to get a lot of negativity. There's no way around that. But you live in a world now, you're so great. You should be so grateful. We're so fortunate that you can put yourself on 3 or 4 different forms of social media with a click of a fingers. You can do it daily as well. You can really put yourself out there for the world to see. Put yourself on a pedestal. Marketing versus sales, sales versus marketing. I don't think there is a versus. I think they should be feeding into each other. So Darren Rolston, for example, my main man, he gets his clients to put every single time he sells a product to somebody, they put a post on social media from him saying, just like Darren Rolston round, great guy. He tags in the referrals that they've given him a call. So when Darren rings them up, the first thing they say is, yeah, I've seen you post on social media. You're the life insurance man, aren't you? If I put it on there, I'd be the little bricks man. Nathan Steele must be known as Bespoke Health. Do you understand what I'm saying? Marketing should feed sales, sales should feed marketing. Then you've got to go and see your family and friends who go old school on it as well. Sit down with them and say, look, this is who I am. That's the product I sell. Can I show you? Because it might be a benefit to you and your family. If not, can you get your phone out and introduce me to John from work or Steve from down the road? Or what about if you give me 10 numbers from the lads of football? You've got to go and ask for help and do things that other people are not willing to do, but try not to hurt anyone along the way. That's self-promotion. So you've got to know yourself, you know your products, you've self-promoted yourself a little bit, your marketing's on point. Point number 4, if I offend anyone here, I apologise, but it is what it is. It's so important that I get the effort, right? You've got to go to fucking work. I'm going to repeat it, you've got to go to fucking work. So many people in this job are so much better than me, it's unbelievable. Better on the phones than me, dress smarter than me, they don't swear, they're from a nicer area, it's more affluent, the family, they're well, better educated, but they were born idle. And that's one thing I'll never, ever be. And all the top people in this game, in any sales game, doesn't matter what the industry is, go to fucking work, and they do it consistently day in, day out. And that's it. And what does go to work mean? It means getting in the office first. It means having lists every single day. It means being consistent with your habits. It means making phone calls every single week in a condensed phone call club. It means asking every single person you see for a referral. It means seeing every single person that you see, can you refer me to one of your family and friends? It means being on top of your game constantly. That's being a professional. That's being a sales professional. Because otherwise, what's the point in knowing yourself, knowing your products and self-promotion if you're just going to sit at home? And don't tell me one little post here and there about life insurance and free wills. Contact me for a free review with a little emoji in the air. That's not going to work, and you know it's not deep down. And I just can't stomach that type of lazy, half-assed behaviour, because it'll get you lazy, half-assed results. That's just it. So know yourself, know your product, self-promotion, then go to fucking work and hit the phones. Next one, please, Kel. I like this, by the way. You got to remember, see, 10 years ago, I was homeless, I was a junkie, I'd lost everything, and sales really saved my life. The insurance or the sales gods give me a gift and really bless me with the ability to go out and do that. So when I'm getting a bit passionate here, it's because I know that sales can change your life. It's what takes businesses that struggle and go bust from businesses that turn people into millionaires and gives children the best life of all time. Sales can change everything for you. So if I'm being passionate, this is my life, right? Apart from my family and all the Bespokers. So Moneyball. Those who ever visit the Bespoke, there's an open invite there for we can get back to work, right? So social media, I'm reading Bob's message. Moneyball. You've got to know your numbers. If you don't know where you are, you don't know where you're going. You've got to know how many phone calls does it make to get one appointment. What's your cancellation rate on your appointments? As in, within life insurance, for example, if you want to book in 5 appointments, you better book in 10 because half of them will cancel. As sure as night is day and day is night, 50% of your appointments will cancel. Guaranteed. And if they don't, guess what? Your quid's in. So know what your cancellation rate is. How many appointments does it take to make one sale? What's your average premium per sale? How much commission do you make per sale? How many sales per week does it take for you to hit your weekly commission target? How many referrals you get of each sale? What's each phone call worth to you? So if you make $1,000 a week, right, and you make 1,000 phone calls a week to make the grand, then you get paid a pound a call. Whether they answer, they don't answer, you get a voicemail to the wrong number, you get paid a pound a call. You've got to know your numbers off by heart. And as I'm saying these things now, there'll be some of you there taking a big deep breath thinking, fuck, I don't know it. Well, you should know it. Get to know your numbers. If you don't know your numbers, you can never improve, you can't measure, you can't get better at what you're doing, you don't know where you are. You've got to know your numbers off by heart. That's what all sales professionals need to know. Tell you a story, I was at Combine Insurance, me, Terry Blackburn, Rachel Lodge and Ollie Lodge. Until Ollie come on the scene and blast him out the water, there was a guy called John Shepherd, who's like the #1 salesperson in the world there, right? He's from Doncaster. He made his way from salesperson to vice president of the company. And every single person he met 20 years after finishing his sales career and he was president of this multi-billion-dollar operation, shake the hand and say, "Hi, yeah, nice to meet you. How are you doing? John Shepherd, yeah, 20 quid." And he'd say 20 quid all the time. He used to mumble it to himself constantly. It's like a bit of a folklore story I got told. So 20 quid, 20 quid, 20 quid, 20. Where's the toilet, please? Just tell me that. Thank you. 20 quid. Now, why did they do that? The reason was because he had that. It was that deeply ingrained into his working core DNA value system, right? His bell jar. That every time he went out there, he had to see 50 people in a day and ask them if they wanted some life insurance. And whether they said yes, no, maybe, call me later on, off, F off, 20 quid, 20 quid, 20 quid, 20 quid. He played Moneyball. He made the numbers work for him. And that made him a grand a day, 5 days a week, 5 grand a week. Football is money. Football is money. So know your numbers. Play Moneyball with yourself. Brilliant. Thanks, Kel. Next one, please. Phone calls. Now, phone calls are a really interesting one, right? Because especially in today's environment, right? What's going on with COVID? You've got to become an expert on the phones. There's no way around it. And there's too many people now. You know them LinkedIn messages that you get? Hi, if you want a free chat, give me a call. It's bullshit. There's too many people. Some of my family and friends on this call here have got into a really bad habit of sending text messages out on WhatsApps. You're cheating. You know you're cheating deep down, and I know you're cheating. You can never, ever, ever bluff a bluffer. You've got to pick up the phone and make phone calls. It's not a phone, it's a gateway to everything that you desire. It's the gateway to what you want: money, success, more clients, opportunity, more appointments. You've got to pick up the phone. So how do you make something that you don't like doing easier to do? Well, you put a process in place. You take the emotion out of it. Instead of doing phone calls daily, which some of you be doing, I do an hour a day on the phones. You're doing it wrong. Condense that hour into 1 or 2 hours on a Monday night or a Friday night. Do what's called a phone call club. Okay? What on earth are you prolonging the pain for? Prolonging the agony for? The anxiety? Because you're just going to get burnt out. And then what you do is you'll probably pick 2 or 3 numbers out and go, no one answered. I'll start again tomorrow. Mañana. Tomorrow never comes. The death of a salesperson is a phone. So condense it into 1 or 2 hours a week. Do a phone call club with 2 of your mates. It's always easy to ask a girl out or a lad out with your friends, isn't it? And you've got a bit of backup with you. And if they're doing the same thing as well, you're feeling the agony, you're feeling the pain. So a phone call club, you should get in. You've got a whiteboard. Right on the board, I'm making 10 appointments today. Have your script in front of you. Your script should be an intro, point number 1. My name's Lee from Bespoke Financial Group. The reason I'm giving you a call, point number 2, is because Michelle gave me a number, just an offer life insurance. She said she'd give you a call or a message to let you know I was going to call. Did she? Yes, she did. Brilliant. So can I come and see you? I'll give you a call on Monday or Tuesday for a free review. Intro, reason, close. Intro, reason, close. Intro, reason, close. And just blast it out. Have some Red Bull. Jordan Galloway has white chocolate button to get himself going. Have your script in front of you. Embrace the use of power names. So a power name would be, if I'm bringing people in Newcastle, I'll get some really, powerful names in Newcastle. People who've got their own businesses, people who are quite influential, good sports people, people who are well known, people who are active on social media. And I'll say things like, do you know Terry Blackburn? Yeah, Terry's got his life insurance for me. Oh, Terry has. He's my friend, Terry. Yeah. And his mum, Janice, do her cover as well. Does she really? She's my friend, Janice. It's done. Use power names, because as human beings, we've got like sheep-like buying habits. Okay? That's why fashion's so intrinsic, because we do what others want to do, which is copy. So really, really embrace phone calls. Condense it to 1 phone call club a week. Have your script, have power names, have a headset, have somewhere nice and quiet, drink Red Bull, be nice and calm, be controlled, and have conviction. All that you say, the 3 C's, I'll tell you them later on. But your phone call clubs need putting in place. You've got to stop with them text messages. You've got to stop with them LinkedIn messages and them emails. It's weak. It's lame ass shit, and you know it is as well. Pick up the phone and call people. That will get you from where you are to where you want to be. And there's no easy way to do a hard job. No elevator to the top. You've got to pound the stairs. I mean, phone calls I've made over the past 10 years, Oliver Lodge has made. I think Oliver Lodge has become the best salesperson in the life insurance industry, which he is by a million mile. He made more phone calls than everyone else. That's it. There's no secret to it. Next one, please, Cal. Thank you. I feel like doing some calls now, to be honest with you. I'm getting my juices flowing. Social media. So, with social media, right, marketing should feed sales, sales should feed marketing. Darren Wilson technique: get your clients to post for you, recommending your services. Be active. So when your clients, you give someone a call or you contact somebody, the first thing that they're going to do is what? Go on your social media. So if they go on there and there's a picture of you at the match drink, they can with all the lads, or dressed as Austin Powers at a 70s party in Blackpool at a hen night, are they going to buy your product off you, irrelevant of what the product is? Or would it be more beneficial for you to have like a few things with your family? Because really, this is your catalogue, isn't it? This is your catalogue, it's your brochure. Yeah? And it's free as well. So you're so lucky to live in this time. So honestly, it's truly blessed to be able to have social media. Or would it be better if they went on there and seeing you dressed like a professional, pictures with your kids, pictures with your families, lists and lists of clients saying, thank you so much, Lee. Fantastic service. Julie, that pie was unbelievable. Steve, the car, what a service. Fantastic. So slick. Really enjoyed it. Make it your brochure for the world to see. Does it mean that you shouldn't have personal things on there? Absolutely not. I'm not a social media expert, but you know what I do? I'm just comfortable being Lee. So I put whatever I want on there. And so many people in our industry, you've got like your Gary Dassers or them lots. It's just boring, isn't it? It's boring bullshit that people put on there. Did you know that 1 in 2 people get critical illness cover? Like, people don't want to hear it. Do you really think Jane eating the cornflakes from Berwick Hills wants to go on there and read about your free will or the stats on cancer? No, I promise you, they definitely do not. But put stuff on there about real life things, engage with people. I get in there all the time, and our page there because of what Michelle's done and what socials have done. It gets like 25, 30,000 views a week. Now, the reason is that because it's real. If I feel in a bad mood, I go on there and say I'm in a bad fucking mood, you know. Because people can relate to that. They don't want to hear about interest rates. They don't want to hear about income protection. How many people, the stats on income protection, doesn't mean nothing to them. Get a grip. Get a grip. It's more for you and vanity, that. So just be yourself. Turn the volume right up. Remember, the best wrestling characters, The Rock and Stone Cold, with themselves, the volume turned right up. And that's it. And all these fake gurus as well. Remember, I put a challenge up saying, jump on anyone. Let's see some results of what they're doing for people. Still natter. Not a thing. No comeback yet. But my phone's still on. So let's go next one, please, Cal. So how to be likable. How would you be likable? So what you do to be likable is you stop, collaborate and listen. Stop, collaborate and listen. I was going to do the rap later. It's a bit too early. And listen to people. Collaborate with them. We live with the most educated marketplace in the world. So if we go in there saying, you're wrong, your cover's rubbish, don't do this, do that, should be doing this, should be doing that, you're not going to be that likable. Don't be opinionated. Everyone's got an Uncle Nobbin, haven't they, who says, which team do you support? Oh, they're shite, them, the crap. I mean, how's that going to make them like you more and want to give you your bank details and buy off you and become a customer of yours? Be nice and vanilla, relax, it's not your appointment. Just relax a little bit. Listen to what people have got to say. Mirror the body language. Talk nice and slow. Become a really good, engaged listener. If you're one of them people, and what I would recommend to you, ask people close to you, tell you the truth, right? Say to them, do I interrupt you when you talk? What's the reaction you get? Be laughing off, where you can't get the incentive to interrupt you straight away. You get emotional because I had something to say that was important to me that I think might benefit you. So try and embrace the 1 or 2 or 3 second rule. So, hi Lee, how are you? I'm great, thank you. How are you? Yeah, I'm really well, thank you. Yeah, what did you do last night? Get used to doing that, because you know that little time period, it makes them wait for you. Like sitting in a barber's waiting for a haircut, which means that the barber's got control, which means you've got control of the conversation. You're going to lead them where you want to go. Bang. That's when money comes in. Be a good listener, be likable, be happy, be enthusiastic, be energetic, be positive. No one likes negative people. No one's negativity or gossip or screenshotters. Facebook, grown men screenshotting shit, being negative, gossiping. Just be nice, be bubbly, smile, be a decent person. Just enjoy people. Try and be engaged and interested in what people. Remember people's names. Because being likable will shift you from. I don't know many successful salespeople who aren't likable. I don't know many. I'm trying to rack my brains now. Just be a good person, listen to people, talk to them. Be a Bob Scott. Probably the best listener I've ever seen in my life. Ever. So be a likable person and watch. You'll just start shifting up the gears in your sales career. People start liking you more, they'll engage you more, they'll tell you more, they'll give you more referrals, they'll tell your friends what a good guy you are. Be a likable person. It's not about you, it's not your appointment. Remember that. It's not your appointment. I like Everton. Now, if you hate Everton and you support Liverpool, how's it going to benefit you saying that? You're going to have to convince me, otherwise I'm a bit lost. Let him crack on. Who's your best striker? Where did you buy him from? All right, goodbye. Or any good youngsters coming through? Just act interested, be engaged, be decent. It's not about you. Okay, so next one, please, Kel. So some bespoke secrets, right? Kelly's going to do a little bit of a quiz at the end of this one, or something for social media. So we're going to tell you some of the secrets that helped us get on the top of our game. Okay, all the bespokers. So with 4 secrets we're going to go through today. The first one when you're doing sales is just be honest. Be honest. If you can't help someone, tell them, I'm really sorry. I'm not the person for you. But if you go and ring this person here, he's a real expert in that field and he'll be able to help you with what you need. I remember going to places as a kid with my gran, God bless her soul, Miss Rest in peace, and she'd say, have you got this, please? No, I don't, Maggie, no. But if you go down there on the right-hand side, that shop, tell them I sent you. They've got loads of them, and they send you to a rival shop. That always stuck with me, that. I thought, you know what a fantastic sales skill. What a decent person with humility and class and a code. I want to be that person. So be honest. Because again, you can't fake being real, and you deal with the most educated marketplace in the world right now. So people will know if you're being honest or not. Have a code as a person. Second one, speed kills. Speed kills. So it's really interesting in financial services. There'll be some people on the call going, I like to do a good 2-part appointment. Do you? I bet you don't do many. And I bet you'll be doing a lot less than very soon because you are done. They don't want to do a 1-part appointment no more. It's a quick 20-minute fact find, do your due diligence, give them a call back and just turn up the phone. Speed kills. Nobody wants to see you with your raincoat and your grey suit and your briefcase sat on their sofa when they're trying to spend time with the children. The world's changed. You've got to change with it. I promise you. The world has changed. You've got to change with it. Gone are the days of going around the client's house and having your tea with them. Done. It's over. Adapt or die. 2-part appointments. Some people do 3-part appointments. In compliance will go, well, when I used to sell, I used to go to the client's houses and I'd sit there for hours. I'm thinking, but you do compliance now, right? And you sit with me for hours instead. And that's really fun. So, like, why would it take sales secrets off them? They couldn't sell. That's why they're doing that job. All due respect. So listen, guys, no 2-part appointments. Speed kills. And the reason you can understand and know that that's right is because of the following, right? So we live in a supermarket mentality. So when I was a kid with Maggie, my gran, God bless her soul, may she rest in peace. Brilliant woman. She had her headscarf on, you can imagine her. And she'd go to the butchers, the fishmongers, the fruit and veg shop, Blockbusters for a video cassette for me, Louise, the sweet shop, the pick and mix shop, you know, the big tub where you stick the grain out like that, and the cereal tubs like that, and then you'd go to Quick Save or whatever it was, right? Nowadays, we just go on our phone and press a button and the food gets delivered to your door. You don't go to Blockbusters no more, do you? Just press it on your phone and there's like a million films there to watch. We live in a super fast, sonic speed society now where everything's at the click of the fingers. So you've got to adapt to that. They don't want to meet you up for a coffee. They don't want to have you around their house. They don't want you coming back 2 or 3 times with your options. Got a few options for you. Have you ever thought about fib? They don't want to know. Got to be quick. Got to be slick. That's it. So the third one, this is a killer. Trust me. Have you ever been to Starbucks before and ordered a coffee? A toffee hazelnut latte with chai tea cream and a little bit of chocolate dust on the top with the soy milk. If you order that coffee, you will get that coffee. So I'm going to bring in the last session. You have not because you asked not. The reason you're not getting referrals is because you're not asking. And if you're asking, you're doing a lame, half-assed attempt at saying, can you think of anybody else who'd benefit from this service? And they'll say to you, is that your phone number, your email address? I'll send you a few over if I think so. I'll ask the lads at work and I'll ping you a few over. They're not going to ring you. It's a polite way of saying that you haven't asked very well. You have not because you asked not. Ask for that toffee hazelnut latte. Profile, 4 boxes, right? First box, I'm looking to speak to ginger people who've got children under the age of 16. Can you think of anyone? I bet you can all think of someone right now, right? Can you think of anybody, please, who can think of any neighbours? Have you got any neighbours at all who are self-employed? Because I can think of 2 or 3 now. Can I get their numbers? I've got this brilliant income protection plan. It's excellent. Can you think of any family members, right, who own a home? Because I'd love to speak to them about the life insurance, see if it's in a trust, see if they'll pay the mortgage off, if they've got the right term. is a decrease in cover as opposed to the level term. Can you think of anybody? And now I want to think of anybody in your phone who's bald. Think of a bald person. I bet you all think the bald people are probably looking at one me thinking, there you go. Done. You have not because you asked not, right? You've got to start asking the right questions. You've got to start profiling your clients. 4 boxes will change your life. And too many people come in going, well, this is how you get referrals. They don't know how to get referrals. Promise you. Use 4 boxes on someone. I bet you get loads of them. Think of the Starbucks technique. Starbucks is that cocky, right? They even write your name wrong on the side of a cup and you still walk up and get it. Pay £5 for a cup of cream. Do you know why? Because you're getting what you asked for. You have not because you asked not. I'm trying to link these sessions together here. Bespoke Secrets. And the 4th one, this is a killer, this one, I promise you. Everyone there, M10, me, Nathan, Auraz, Geordie G, Brad, Cheryl, I think, Dazzle, right? We said, we have to change our communication technique. I was a horrendous communicator, you know, like the worst ever because, you know, that song, it's all about. Michelle used to sing that to me all the time, right? And it was. Still is sometimes as well. But it is what it is. So on this one, right, write down 3 C's, C, C, C. This is a game changer, this one. Trust me. It's called the 3 C's. The first one's calm. Why is calm important? Well, I've never seen a doctor panic. If you've ever read a newspaper and goes, a poor old lady got hit by a truck and a man rushed to the scene of the crime or the accident, panicked and saved her life. No. Nice and calm. Give her a kiss of life and saved her. In a boxing match, no boxer's ever been tagged, punched, got hurt a little bit, panicked and won. What if they do, they get lucky. What you got to do at that point is stay nice and calm, stick to the game plan, breathe, stick to the process, trust the process, and work your way through. Because what calm will give you is the second C. It's control. Now, if you've got control, especially on a sales call, you've won. It's game over. That's all she wrote. Trust me. That is all she wrote. So control is walking a mouse on a lead. And that's all you can do with clients. You can just lead it to where you need to be. If you don't have control, I won't say if they're small, but Ronnie Corbett, God bless his soul, walking 2 Great Danes. You're going to get dragged all over. God bless his soul, may rest in peace. Have control in all that you do. Make them wait for you. Make the client wait. Would this cover me for football? Remember the 3-second rule? If it did, would you like to take out today, John? Yeah. I'll write this up for you now, then. Yeah, covers you for football. It's done. It's all over. Take control. Make the client wait. Be controlled in what you speak. Calm, controlled. And the 3rd C is conviction. How do you have conviction? Just tell the truth. Tell the truth, which a lot of salespeople struggle to do because they're full of shit and they can't sell. They haven't done the circle first. They don't know the products first. They don't know the self. They're trying to bluff somebody out and they'll get short-term results that won't last and they'll end up doing something else and they'll go from job to job to job, from industry to industry to industry, from company to company. Just tell the truth. Have some conviction. So be calm, have control, and have conviction all that you do. And all this is underpinned by gratitude. Be grateful. Be complimentary. Be kind. It's a superpower. Remember, be grateful for everything. I'm so grateful for the appointment today. I'm sorry I couldn't beat your cover, but you definitely got the best cover. Thank you so much. That was all I asked. Sometime have a look at your cover or whatever industry you're in or whatever product you're trying to sell and speak to people and listen to them. 3 C's. So the 4 are always be honest. Speed kills. The 4 boxes for referrals and the 3 C's. Killers. Absolute killers. Embrace one of them and your sales career will change. Next one, please, Kel. Right, so the 5 values of being a bespoker. How do we get to being like the #1 firm within the UK? Well, first of all, you surround yourself with the best people in the UK. And thank God, I have got the best people in the UK. Si Walton, Darren, Cheryl, Michelle, Sarah Coleman, Haley Little, Nathan Steele. Nathan's the best principal in the UK, without a shadow of a doubt. I promise you now, 1,000,000% that boy's the best principal in the UK. Me and Michelle knew the minute we met him. George Galloway, Aaron, Brad. You know, just some absolute killers. Sarah, they're just the best people in the UK. Our superb admin team. Why am I so enthusiastic about them? Because of what they are, because of the people they are. If you want to change your attitude, change your attitude. Change your attitude, change your attitude. If you have enthusiasm about all that you do, right, you look interested, you look more engaged, your body language changes, your energy around you changes. People say, God, he's on it today, isn't he? He looks up for it. Bang. I'm up for it every day. Why? Because I don't want to go back to being a homeless junkie again, living out the back of Tesco. I don't want to go back to, I know the opportunity I've got here. I've got an opportunity that big to make a dream come reality. That's why I outwork everyone else, and that's why I'm more enthusiastic. I think somebody's just spoiled. That's what sales does. It makes you spoiled. Have some enthusiasm. Show people you care. Pick up the phone, smile and dial. Get off your ass. Move around. Motion creates emotion. Call people. Smile when you speak to them. Say thank you. Say please. Get some enthusiasm in your life. God. Get some enthusiasm about everything you do and what the difference people get to you. It just changes the way you are as a person. Without a shadow of a doubt, that is the most important skill for any salesperson to have enthusiasm. Yeah, it really, really is. So next one, please, Kel. So some great books here for you, right? One of them's actually not a great book, but I thought I should put it on there because it's important. So Daniel Pink to Sell Human, my mate Tim Johnson, who runs Visualsoft, quality guy, superb with social media, real legend in Teesside. He knows his sales director. He recommended that book to me. I hated it, but it's a very important book because to sell is human. It's a human instinct. Every single one of us is selling to ourselves constantly. We're selling to our partners, our children. Come on, eat your fruit and veg, and you grow up to be big and strong. You're selling. You're selling. And don't get outsold by a joiner who doesn't know you're selling when you're on an appointment. Come on, be a professional. Know your stuff. How to Win Friends and Influence People, Dale Carnegie, fantastic book. This next one here, How I Raised Myself from Failure to Success in Selling. I've seen a lot in that about myself because he was a failed baseball player, Frank Becker. And he says enthusiasm is the most important skill or attribute or character for a salesperson too. And he was like a multi-millionaire life insurance salesperson in America. And then the fourth one, Ogmang Dingo, the greatest salesman in the world. It's a short, more of a fable. It's a little bit similar to The Alchemist, which I recommended last time, with Scott Brown with the lads on the call, who Carly sent over last night. He went and bought it. Thank you, mate. I appreciate you taking in what we've said there, mate. And I'm going to listen to the ones that you've recommended to me. Thank you. But that one there, Ogmang Dingo, was W. Clement Stone. It was his right-hand man. W. Clement Stone owned a combine insurance company of America. And that book there is like, it's quite magical and mistaken. I was reading it, I could smell like the Arabic smell and you can feel it. It's just such a fabulous book. It's like Beyond the Bible and The Alchemist. It's probably my third favourite book in the world now, to be honest with you. It really is. So there's some books there you should, because again, you are what you eat, right? Same with your brain. Feed your emotion, feed your soul. Make sure you're putting the right sales things in there. If you're a salesperson, my main man, Simon Duffy, tell you something right now, mate. Love him. Adore him, man. As loyal as a Labrador. Fantastic father and husband. Great friend, right? For too long, Simon would say, and I bet you some of you are the same on this one. What you do? You tell me what I do. I'll stand in the chair and say, I'm a salesperson. Someone had to go at me online. They say, no, he thinks he's a motivational speaker. I'm a life insurance salesperson from Winnie Banks. 10 years ago, I was a homeless junkie. I don't give a fuck. I am what I am. It's what it is. Simon goes to me, I sell life. I advise on life insurance. I'm a salesperson. I'm a sales professional, and I couldn't be any more prouder. End of. Shout it out for the world to see. Have some enthusiasm when you say it. Because you know what? Change your attitude. Watch your attitude change. Them books will really help you. Next one, please, Kel. I think we're done. Said the vicar to a nun. So, before we get going, we're going to do something a little bit different. Kelly, can you come in at this point, please? Before we do, Kel, can I just say thank you to Kelly and Michelle for supporting these sessions. I'm so grateful. Just want to make something really clear. Like, we get asked so much. Can you show us this? Can you show us that? Can you open the doors? Can I come up and visit you? The reason we do these sessions is because we can't have people at the office. Last year, we had 100 visits to the office. This year, because of the Feel Good Fridays during COVID, we'd have had about 1,000 visitors because that many people contact us on a daily basis. We're going to continue the sessions. They're totally free of charge. We just want to help people, that's all. There's nothing in this for us whatsoever. So thanks to everyone for coming on the call. From the bottom of my heart, I can't tell you how grateful I am. I'm so grateful to all the Bespokers. I'm part of the best team in the UK. They'll prove that this month when they're named overall top firm. And just thank you. I'm so humbled and grateful. It means the world to me. And over to you, Kelly. Thank you so much, you, Michelle.
No problem. So yeah, what we're going to do today, if possible, is we want you to post your favourite sales tip and tag Bespoke and tag Lee on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, whatever social media you use, and make sure you use the hashtags Little Bricks and hashtag savvy sales. That's the hashtag of the day.
Savvy Sales.
Yeah.
Savvy Sales. Facebook Flan or LinkedIn Lee. Get on with it today, right? Hashtag in 4 key ones. For me, the 3 C's is a killer. It will change your full life. Listen, I want to wish everyone a fantastic day. God bless you. Thank you so much from beautiful Middlesbrough. Up the Borough, up the Bespoke. God bless. Thank you so much. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.